Hi, it's Terry Murphy, and I'm here with Viki King for the Women's Wisdom Network. Viki is an amazing author. You may have read this if you took anything in film, How to Write a Movie in 21 Days, featured on The Sopranos. Oh, yes, and other places. It's required with any film training at all. You've been luminary. You've been counsel to luminaries all over the world. You've done the Hollywood Heart. You were the first female camera person for the Johnny Carson show. There's so much about you. I've known you for years, and yet there was so much I learned from your new book called How to Be the Hero of Your Own Life, which today is out on Audible. Is that correct?
Yes. Wonderful.
So, yeah, that was best-selling in the Inner Movie Method. Having been a screenwriter, we can drop names, but you never do, about the people you've helped in the film industry. But this book is special. And every time, so just listen up. Every time I'd call, Vicki, she'd say, "Oh, I'm working on my book." That was like for many, many years. And I kept thinking, what are you writing, a word a day? Because she never really shared with me that this book was about the plan and how to let your heart do the talking, which is a totally different concept than I'm writing my book. And when she first said to me, "I'm writing about my autobiography," I'm like, so I love you, but I mean, how many people want to know about that? But here is the brilliant part. Are you ready? She wrote this about stepping into your own spotlight as she traveled through different segments of her life. Welcome, Viki King.
Vicki. Hello, Terry Murphy, my love.
Viki Joy King, and your parents did such a good job of naming you Viki Joy because you bring such joy. And you talk about the wisdoms that come with each stage of our life. Tell us a little bit about how you were inspired to start this book from the time you're a fetus, basically, to today.
Well, I think everybody comes in with their plan. They might not know that. Well, generally, we don't know our plan. And part of living is digging out what the plan is all along and then live it. So that's what I was doing. This was my idea, to utilize my own life to be able to tell a quintessential story of each year of my life that then hits on the rite of passage for that year. And then everybody could read it in terms of reflecting on their own experience that they had with that particular experience. Like, a lot of people graduate from high school, but it's all different stories about what happened at the graduation.
Let's talk. Have you gone to a reunion lately? Yeah. So, but aside from that, what's so interesting is as you're reading each segment, each stage of life, as you step into that spotlight of your time on this earth, it's outstandingly brilliant how it applies to something in your life that sparks that knowing about the consciousness of who you were then and who you are now and the progression of that. I mean, it's really brilliant. And the reason I really wanted to re-emphasize the book, besides the fact that it just came out on Kindle today, is that this is a great gift. Go ahead.
It came out on Audible today.
On Audible,
Kindle,
sorry.
It's been out for.
Well, yeah, that's right. It has been out on Kindle. So here's the thing. We're at the end of a year. We're about to go into the holidays, which is one of those times you have to buy a gift. And, there's so many books I like that I would love to share with you that you have no interest in. I will tell you, but when you give a gift that you know is going to make an impact on someone's life. And by the way, hold up that book. It's not a small book, but what happens, and I'm sharing this with you with all the authenticity, Mark, you can't put it down. You can't put it down. You can't wait to get to the next segment of your life. That's your working copy, I take it, because
that's what I'm looking.
Yeah. When Vicki works, she works. Okay, it's a Chicago thing for her.
This is the one I read for Audible. So.
Oh, did you really? Okay, so you can get it on Audible or Kindle or at Amazon. How to Be the Hero of Your Own Life. And here's the thing: what a great gift to give to another person. here's a good point. I mean, everybody has different points in their life. Let's just pick one. I'm going to pick like the 45 to 65 kind of area because that's a big physical change, especially for women. And you're not you're not that 20-year-old like old perky person, but you're also you have more wisdom. And
Maybe.
I think there's some great takeaways there. Um, so talk to me about what you really highlighted in your own life between that period when you went
So
from
the chapter for 50 was called Power Surge, which is about menopause. And it's just a story. It's see, every chapter is a split-second story from my life at that age. So you can look up your 50-year old experience with menopause, and as you're reading mine, you can completely reframe yours if you so choose. And maybe you're then reading it when you're 90 years old and thinking, oh, that was quite a good. Then you change up your idea about it. You add different beats of your story, and your whole past is changed by that. So this one was about Power Surge, and it was me in a boutique shop, and the lady in there was experiencing menopause, hot flashes, having a hard time with herself. And I walk in and I buy the $1,000 dress that's marked down to $10 because nobody else could wear it. And
that's my Vicki, yeah.
it's just a slip. It's just no darts, nothing. Yeah, I can roll it up in a sock and take it with me home. And so I buy it, and she's bereft by that. And it's a beautiful experience of being able to give her ideas about what she can do for hot flashes, and for her to then change up her idea about maybe, she's adorable and wonderful instead of uncomfortable in her own skin.
It is so difficult for, I will say this having done over 450 plus interviews with women of all levels, beauty queens, what do you call those? Miss Americas. I mean, no one seems to be very happy with the package they got. And so it's so good to have some kind of feedback that you need to appreciate what you have and who you are, and to look at that moment and know, and know that it's not forever, but in that moment, it creates empathy for other people, like you said, who are having hot flashes. Or because part of the message of the book that I like a lot is how you got from surviving to thriving. And when you learn about some of the details of your early life, man, it was strong. I mean, it was as if it was strong. You had to be like Wonder Woman because there were so many obstacles that you faced.
But everybody has their strengths. Everyone has their obstacles. And so it's just a choice of how you're going to operate through all the occasions and the events that come to you.
And that's the thing. We need to know that we're stronger than we are, because here you are. I mean, you've gone through that, and it was pretty challenging. I mean, when you see what you had to go through, just the funny part about the Johnny Carson show, being the first woman camera woman. I mean, dear Lord, there was some bias going on then. I was saying,
but it's a hazing in anything, and any man who would come onto a team is hazed. They're checked out, before they get their credentials. So for a woman, it's just, a little bit maybe extra of that.
And then one of my favorite parts was in chapter 6 when you talk about Billy the bully, or Bully Billy, however you want to call him, and how you solve the problem as a 5-year-old. I mean, it's amazing how those stories resonate with everybody's life, because everybody's got that struggle that they went through, or continue, or know that they're in the middle of one right now. So this book is, to me, one of the best gifts I can give to my best pals, because there's nothing like it. There's nothing like this out there, but it's written with such a sense of humor. like Power Surge. I mean, you had some fun things. You said even your fetus had a sense of humor.
Oh, well, otherwise I wasn't coming in. That was the deal. Sense of humor, I'm not, the deal's off. That was it.
Well, to sum it up, I would say that How to Be the Hero of Your Own Life really talks about um, the art of I would say exacting the skill of becoming, to quote you, um, and utilizing the stories from your life for our own lives. And you got such great reviews. I mean, there are some pretty heavy reviews out there on how amazing the book resonated with people. And I'm not the only one that couldn't put it down. So tell us, you said the Audible just came out today, and that's in your own voice. You did it yourself, and you can get it on Amazon. And when you wrote it, and I know you felt this huge satisfaction, I would say it was like somebody lifted 800 gajillion pounds off your little shoulders, because you've been writing it and writing it and writing it for so many years based on
it's my life. So
yeah.
You're writing it my whole life.
I know. And who ever thought of that? Because, an autobiography is interesting, especially if you know the person. But this is undeniably our autobiographies.
Yeah.
Through
An interviewer said to me once, "I'm jealous. Why didn't I think of that?" Well, because it wasn't his to do. He has something else to do in the world. And so we all have our individual piece of the puzzle that goes in the big picture. And it's up to us. Otherwise, there's a big hole in the big picture without your piece of the puzzle. And so, everybody has one. Everybody's got, what they came and what they can contribute. So that's a beautiful thing. And actually, using my book, then people can understand more about what their piece would be, and then they could contribute it.
I want to be sure they heard that, because this is really clear. This is really clear. When you've been around geneticists, which I have, and you understand the incredible uniqueness of DNA and who you are, and then you look at the actual physicality of it, the location, the demographics, the ethnicities, the time, what was going on in the world, we know we can never clone another you. And I know that for a fact from working with genetics. What an amazing opportunity to look at your life from there and there through your eyes, and how you guide us through that. So I'm telling you right now, go out and buy this book. Buy it for all your friends. It will be the best present you ever give them, because it's memorable, and it's the kind of book you go back and check. It's not like a read and put it on the shelf book. So, Vicki, I know that you do some counseling, some consulting, some speaking. What would be the best way to reach you?
Probably my website, VikiKing.com, and it's VikiKing.com.
Isn't that a perfect name for her, Viki King? Viki King.
Oh, Joy is my middle name.
Yeah, trust me, I know, because you are. Yeah, I was so blessed to meet this woman many years ago, and
me too. To you,
I'm just saying, in life, sometimes you get this little moment of joy, this blessing, and you have no idea that it's going to carry through years and years of the most precious opportunities to grow and to love. So here's what I'm going to say. Go to Amazon, get the book today. And Vicki, I'm going to make you join us. I want to do a segment on each and every stage of life going in 2026, so we can help people stay connected to their real purpose of why they're here, what they can do while they're here, and how to live it with joy. Thanks so much for joining us, Vicki. I'm Terry Murphy for the Women's Wisdom Network. Join us for another segment with Viki King, super author, super consultant, super speaker, because we just don't get enough of Viki King.
Okay. Thank you, Terry. I love you.